Alright, now you've completed your first project, StoryWeb, we're going to begin working on our second project, which is the company overview. Now, this is one of the most important projects you're going to do all year because you're going to use the information in your company overview over and over and over several times. You're going to just be able to copy and paste information here, and it's going to save you a lot of time. So, make sure you spend some time on this, make it really, really decent because the better you do on this company overview, the easier it's going to be for the rest of the quarter. So the first thing you're going to do, like always, is you're going to open your BoxSync folder. Once you've opened your BoxSync folder, you're going to go to CEO and then the CEO Challenge 2015-2016. In this file, we are going to begin working. So the first thing you do after you have your CEO Challenge folder open is you're going to open up a copy of your student workbook. No matter what project you're working on, you should have the student workbook open because this workbook is going to allow you to follow along with what's happening. It's going to allow you to see samples of work that's been completed. So let's go ahead and go to page 17 on the workbook. This is an overview of all the projects we're going to be doing. So we've completed the StoryWeb and now we're moving on to company overview. We're going to go ahead and scroll down until we get to the company overview. You see we have a sample StoryWeb. You can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. And now we're going to move to the company overview, which actually starts on page 25. So you should be on student handout, page 25, company overview. Now, you can always follow along step by step in this folder right here and be able to complete the project. You don't even need to watch the video, but the video does help kind of walk you through step by step. You'll see that there's also a blank sample of the template, which we're going to be working with in just a moment, and there's a sample of one that's been completed. In fact, there's two samples. So we're going to use these to help us complete ours. And the first thing we're going to do is we are going to open the template named Company Overview. The way we do that is in our BoxSync folder. We go to CEO Challenge 2015-2016, and we are going to open up Student Templates. Student Templates is where you're going to find all of your templates. Now we're in Unit 1, so we're going to click on Unit 1, and we're going to look until we find the one that says Company Overview. This one is the Company Overview Help, which we don't need to open up right now because we have the Company Overview already, and it's in our workbook, the Help, but we'll go ahead and just open up the one that says Company Overview. You're going to wait a moment while that opens up. Alright, so I've got my company overview open, and the first thing I want to do anytime I open up a new project is I want to go to File, Save As, and I want to make sure I'm in the BoxSync folder, that I'm under CEO, and then I click on Student Work, and that you click on your number and name. So make sure that you're under your file. If you don't save your file here, you're going to lose it. So make sure you're in the right spot when you save it. So I'm going to click on my name. Here's all of the work I've already saved. So I'm going to go ahead and name this 18 Mr. Swift Company Overview. I'm going to go ahead and hit save. Now, anytime I hit save, it's going to go ahead and save right to that box. I don't have to do that anymore. Now I can just change something, hit save, and it's going to save it into my file. Now, for name, you're going to put your name. So this one's pretty easy. You're just going to type your name there. The next one is your company name. I want you to be creative when you come up with your company name. Your company name is going to be a big part of what helps you sell your product or your service. So spend a couple of minutes and think of something creative. Run it by me or one of your friends in class to see if it's a good name. So my name for my company, I decided I'm going to be coming up with a sports and nutrition company. So I'm Summit Nutrition and Fitness. And if anytime you need to now you notice I misspelled something, and it's hard for me to even see what it is I misspelled. If you notice down here at the very bottom of the screen, it says 75%. There's a little slider. If you click on that slider, you're able to zoom in if you drag it. And then I'm able to fix what I misspelled. So you might want to zoom in or zoom out depending on how much of your piece of paper you want to see at a time. Now, for the next part, I want you to use your student workbook, and you are going to go to the company overview template help. It kind of walks you through step by step of what needs to be in each section. That way it's easy to just click back and forth and make sure you're putting the right stuff. Now you do need to come up with a physical address. Even if your company is going to be partially online, you still need to have an address. So think of a city and state that you'd like to work out of. Do you want to be in San Diego, California? Do you want to be in New York City? Where do you want to be? The actual address can be made up. So you can just come up with anything that you want here for the address. I'm just making something up right now, 777 Lux Street, Unit 7. You can make up anything you want really for the address, but for the city, state, make sure they're real. The zip code you can make up too. So make sure you're following along right here, and you do that all the way down for each one of the sections. Now when you get to telephone number, fax number, and cell phone number, make sure it's something that's easy to remember. So you might be 1-800-111 you fit, right? Maybe that has, because I'm a fitness company, so you could use letters there, that's fine because they correspond with the numbers on the telephone, or you could just make it really easy, 1123. And then you're going to do the same for your fax and your cell number. Just go ahead and change them by a couple of numbers. Your email address needs to include your company name, and so does your web page address. So because I'm Summit Nutrition and Fitness, my web page is probably going to be snf.com. So my email address, a good way to do this is to make your email address info@snf.com. This means when somebody emails and they want information about the company, this is the email address they'd be sending it to. Now, for the next sections, the type of business, the products, you need to be very specific. So, what type of business are you? Are you a sports store? Are you a pet store? Are you a service provider? So do you mow people's lawns? What type of business are you? So be specific here. And then for products, you can change this to service if you're a service company. But if you sell products, so for instance, if you sell shoes, if you sell basketballs, if you sell cameras, if you sell whatever it is that you sell, you're going to start listing those out. So list maybe 4 or 5 different things that you sell. The next thing is company officers. I want you to put a couple of company officers here. So you're the first one. And for another company officer, I want you to pick somebody in this class. It doesn't matter who it is, just pick somebody's name and make them a company officer. We're going to use this later on in another project, but that just means that there's somebody who's helping you with your company. So you're the owner, but they also are a part of the team. Next, you're going to go to target market. So for target market, you need to include the age, gender, and income level of who you're targeting. So are you targeting female pet owners that are low income? Are you targeting male athletes that are medium income? Who are you trying to target? Who do you want to come to your store or buy your service? The next one is competition. Who else provides these service or products? So because I'm a health and nutrition service, my competition might be Weight Watchers or CrossFit or something like that. So you need to think of who else sells or does what you're doing. So if you've got a bookstore, maybe Barnes & Noble is your competition, list about 2 or 3 different people or companies that would be competition for you. The need. Now this one is very specific. Why do we need your company? Why do we need your store? If there's already competition, there's already a store there, why do we need yours? So you're going to write what makes your store different than other stores. So this is the need of your particular product or service. So if you've got a new product you've come up with, why do we need this specific product? If there's already a bunch of photographers out there, why do we need another photographer? Explain why you're different. The next two things are really important, and I want you to spend a lot of time on them. In fact, you're probably going to spend most of the period on these two things right here: the mission statement and the tagline and slogan. Your mission statement is a one-sentence goal. What promises are you making to your customer? What is it that you want as a company? Now, as Christians, it's important for us to realize that our faith has a part in everything we do, including our business. So maybe your mission statement is affected by the fact that you're a Christian. What is it you want to provide your customers? Do you want to provide them the best quality stuff at the cheapest prices? Do you want to provide honest, true service? Do you want to provide customer service? What is it that your company wants to provide? What is your mission? So for instance, let's take a moment and look at the mission statement of our school. So I'm going to go to Christian Unified Schools. And if you go to About Us, Mission and Vision, you're going to see that there's a mission statement for our school, which is recognizing the preeminence of Christ, partnering with parents. Christian Unified Schools of San Diego teaches students to think, learn, and live from a biblical worldview by integrating God and His Word as the primary source of knowledge and truth. This is what our school stands for. So if anybody ever asks, what is different about Christian Unified? This is our statement. This is the mission that our school has. Your company also is going to have a mission. What is it that you want to do as a company? What is your mission? What is your promise to the people who are going to be buying things from your company? The next thing is the tagline and slogan. This is where you get to be really creative. Come up with something fun and catchy. So remember, it's only a few words. It tells us right here, something catchy, only a few words. Let's think of a couple taglines for popular companies. Nike is just do it. McDonald's is I'm loving it. So a tagline or slogan is just a couple of words that kind of capture your company. So mine might be reach your peak, because I'm a fitness company and it's called Summit, which is like climbing to the top of a mountain. So reach your peak. That might be my tagline or slogan. So you're going to come up with something catchy, just a few quick sentences or a few quick words here. Maybe 2 or 3 words is fine. You need to spend the rest of the period working on this. You need to have something filled out in each one of these. If you look at the student workbook on page 28, there's a sample of one that's been completed. So it's got the telephone numbers, it's got an address, it's got the company name, the different products it sells, company officers, the target market. Let's look at the mission statement: providing quality products with excellent service at the lowest price guaranteed. So this is what they're promising: to provide quality products, excellent service with a low price. Their slogan is quality and service anytime, anywhere, which is neat because their company name is Anywhere Computers. So maybe you can even find a way to put your company name inside of the tagline or slogan. Under comments, you need to fill out a little bit of information here. How many stores are you planning on having? What is unique about your business? What are your future plans for your company? So spend a few minutes in here under comments just talking about what your business is, where you're planning on growing, how many stores you're planning on having. So by the time you're done, this whole thing should be filled out. Make sure you save and save often.